bodies, nothing exists in isolation. So oftentimes when we're working our way through different sequences, we tend to want to stabilize everything while moving one certain part. But in reality, when our pelvis moves, our ribcage moves, our skull moves, and let's facilitate that through this interesting move shown to me by Gary Ward's Anatomy in Motion. So, you lie on your back, bend your knees, and first ask yourself the question, do I feel more weight in my left butt cheek or my right butt cheek? Does the weight feel further down towards my coccyx or sacrum or more towards my low back? Just have a gauge of where you're sitting in space. Now do the same thing with your left rib cage and your right. Do you feel more left, more right? And then up to your skull here, more weight left versus right. Now I invite you to equalize those pressures. So if I feel more left, I'll go more right. Just try to get that sense of even balance. Same thing for the rib cage. Left, right, try to feel center, and then we'll do that up at your head. Now I'm going to invite you to take your pubic bone and let it go down towards your toes. Now if you notice, when I do that, my head actually comes down with me. My nose goes down towards my toes as well. That's supposed to happen. So let's encourage that. As the pubic bone goes down, I bring my nose down, tucking my chin to my chest like so. Now as I go the other way, my pubic bone goes up, and my nose also goes up. So here we have a scenario where my head and my pelvis move in the same direction at the same time. So I want to coordinate that to happen. I'm not forcing anything, I'm just experiencing these movements. Well, if you notice that if my pelvis and my head, my skull are doing the same thing, by definition that means that the middle space has to do the opposite. So let's facilitate that as well. Pelvis and head go down, and I'm going to let the sternum go towards my chin. I can breathe in here. Exhale. Ribcage comes down now with an exhale. Chin and sternum move further away. Inhale, nose down, pubic bone down. Exhale, pubic bone up, nose up, sternum down. So for many people, there's going to be some areas that are locked in between. So we want to ask ourselves, let's not force low back. I want to see a nice extension happen through the whole spine. So as I come down here, I feel all my vertebrae extending. My chin fills the space that's been created here. And as I exhale, I'm trying to get everything to flatten here, but this part moves away. And as I inhale, my chin, or my back of my neck is closer to the floor, and now my whole spine gets further from the floor. So I invite you to give that a shot and see for a minute or two and see how that feels after standing up, whether or not that feels like a nice reset for the whole body. Because what we're doing is we're teaching that coordination of your main pillars of your body, this pelvis, the rib cage, and skull, to all be in line with gravity using the floor here and getting these necessary movements